Hey everyone, Bran here. Welcome to this week's garden update where I'm going to show you what I've been up to over the last 7 days here in my cottage garden located in New South Wales, Australia. So I've had a few things going on, one being my attempt at moving a mature fruit tree, which is an ongoing process. I haven't finished it off yet. Then I want to show you how my cut flower seedlings are coming along, which will include the Renunculus, anemones, and then some other bits and pieces. But I am planning on really building up that collection now over the winter months. I'm going to be sowing lots of seeds because I really want to have a really nice selection of cut flowers that I'm able to sell for my small business, Brand's Blooms. Ooh, I can't talk today, in spring, summertime. Anyway, let's start off the video by taking a look at how the mature orange tree is coming along. The orange tree is filling out nicely. We got a decent drop of rain last night. You can see there all the water on the fruit. This rainwater should really help to plump these up. There's a few oranges on the ground that have been eaten, like this one, and I know exactly who's done this because the other day from my kitchen window I could see a few cockatoos on this tree enjoying the fruit. But you know what? I'm not too concerned that the cockatoos are going to come in here and wipe out all the fruit off my tree. And that is because there are numerous mature orange trees in many gardens in my area. I believe that the cockatoos have plenty of trees to choose from. Or perhaps they don't find oranges that enticing because they're so readily available. We had a really frosty morning the other day, so much so that when I went to let the chickens out, I noticed that their water had completely frozen. All the years that we've had chickens, which hasn't been that long, maybe 3 or 4 years, I have never had water freeze over like that before for them. So I think that was definitely the coldest morning we've had in quite some time. And actually a few people who I've spoken to in the local area have said that they haven't seen a frost that heavy in a number of years. Don't quote me on this, but I think it was around -2, -3. I was a little concerned about my seedlings that morning because they are not in any greenhouse. However, I do have them in an area that seems to stay frost free, and you know, most of them seem fine. These are statice that I divided up. I showed them to you last week and I've put them into individual cells. And then here I've got a whole bunch of feverfew cuttings that I just popped in to this tray, and I did that a few days ago. Was it on the weekend? I can't remember. I always lose track of time, but they seem happy enough. They haven't wilted or drooped too much. I think most of these should take. Also got a bunch more of the feverfew cuttings here in this glass with some water, which I've been changing every day or two. And I'm hoping most of these will take because, as I mentioned last week, feverfew is going to be one of my main filler flowers in the bouquets during summertime. Speaking of flowers, I don't have a huge amount of them in the garden at the moment because we are in winter. However, the few that are here are just so precious, like these gorgeous linarias. In the same pot I have this beautiful pink white one. This variety is called Soda Fountain. And then there's these dianthus, some cheery yellow pansies, and some fragrant alyssum. Look what I just discovered. It seems like it's a casualty of the frost. I mean, there could be a bit of hope that it will bounce back. This is a passion fruit plant which I purchased a few weeks ago, and I did know I was taking a bit of a risk purchasing this frost tender plant. Oh, anyway, we'll see. I hope it's not a wasted $16.95. Oh, hopefully not. Hopefully it will recover. I just need to be careful where I put it now until winter passes. I've just been saying oh no to myself off camera because I was like, I haven't checked on the potatoes. Do you remember they were putting up shoots here in this bag? And look at them. They've been hit by the frost. I am so annoyed with myself. Here's me saying to you, oh, you know what, it'll be grand. I'll cover them with something like frost cloth if there is any frost expected. And I didn't do it. And look at this. I'm after wrecking them. I don't know. Do you reckon I'll still get some potatoes out of these? Maybe some more shoots will come out of each potato. I don't know. Oh, I'm kind of annoyed. Oh, that's green. Well, that's a good sign. Only black tips, but that one looks all right. Maybe I can just replace the ones that have gone completely black. I don't know, will I just leave them in there? What do you reckon? I'll definitely need to cover them up some more. I think I'll put some more sugarcane mulch on top of this in case we get more frosts. Oh my goodness, I have got to add this into this video, if not just to have a record of it. I, for the very first time, have seen lots of little fairy wrens. They're in the apple trees, that one there and over here, and they move so fast. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any on camera, but I just want to document it. Oh, was that one that went by? Oh, you can kind of see them. I don't know, can you see them over there? I can, but I don't know if you'll be able to see them. It's been a long time since I've given you an update on the Renunculus, which I planted back in late autumn. As you can see, I have a bit of mixed results here. Some of the corms haven't sprouted yet, while a few of them are only just starting to pop through the surface. But I do have quite a number of them which are quite large at this stage, and I reckon they are ready to be planted into individual pots. I'm not too sure why some of them have really taken off while others are really tiny and just beginning to sprout. It's a bit unusual because normally when I grow Renunculus, they all seem to grow at a steady pace, but here it's just very mixed. I'm going to be using those Renunculus as cut flowers, but I also here have 2 trays of anemones, which it looks like something's been scratching around here because I can see some of them have come out from under the soil. So the mix I have in here are poppy pink, poppy white, poppy blue, and finally poppy red. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to use these as cut flowers unless I put them into little jam jar arrangements, because as you can see there, the height only reaches up to 30 centimeters, and I really prefer stems to be longer than that if I'm adding them into bouquets. But we'll see. If you are new here, just letting you know that I'm in the process of moving this Vioja tree, which I am extremely nervous about doing because I've never moved a tree this large before, and this is how far I've got. I'm in the process of digging up as much of the root ball as possible, but it's turning out to be quite a tricky job because I just assumed that all the roots would be in this one section, but as I was digging I discovered that there's one main root, you see it there, that's coming off to the side, and it's quite far away from the trunk, and as I've been scraping away I think it's quite deep this direction, so it is turning out to be a larger job than expected, and something I really would have preferred to do all in one go, but I had to leave it for the night. So today or over the weekend I'm hoping to get this finished, because I really don't like having all the roots exposed like this. I don't want to put this tree under any more unnecessary stress. I've been growing that tree for about 5 years, and this was the first year that I saw any resemblance of fruit growing on it, but they didn't reach maturity, they just fell off early. So here what you're looking at is purchased Vioja fruit that I got from the local fruit and veg shop, and actually I'm so lucky to be able to get it from there, because when I was in Woolies the other day I saw that they're selling one of these for $1.50. Can you imagine that? So I was able to get quite a number of these a lot cheaper from the fruit and veg shop, and I'm actually thinking about buying some more because we ate quite a few of them. I really want to try and make some jam with them. Let me just open one up to show you what it looks like inside. This is probably not a good example. It looks overripe. I'll try another one. This one looks a bit better. They're also known as pineapple guavas, and the description online says they taste a bit like strawberries or pineapple, but I don't know if I would agree with that. I just think they have a really unique flavour. And that's why I love them so much. I'll never forget the first time I tried one of these in my local IGA. I was just blown away that I had to go and buy one of the fruit trees. Well, that is about it for this week, everyone. Thanks so much for sticking around until the end. I will see you all again next Friday.